For number 11, it says which equation would generate the following table, and then give us a bunch of points, x and y's. And so remember, every point on a table is the same thing as a point on a line, which is the same thing as a solution. So really all we have to do is plug them in and make sure that these are all solutions to each one of them. So in order for us to do that though, make sure you choose at least 2 points, because it's possible that one of them may work for one of them, but not all of them. So you want to make sure all of them work. And in this case, since they're lines, we need at least 2 points to check. So let's just try this out really quick. So for example, if I plug in the number 2 for x, I should get y to be 1. And so we're going to see if that actually works out here. So I want to try out a, and if I plug in a number -2 for x, I want it to be a solution. So it should give me y is 1. And let's see if it actually does that. So I get -8 plus 9, which is equal to 1. So yes, we do get this is equal to 1. And so that tells us, yeah, that's a solution. But remember, it could be the case that that one works, but the other ones don't. So let's try another one. And I'm going to this time plug in 1 for x. So if I try that, I'm going to get 4 times 1 plus 9. So I'm plugging it into a again. And let's see if we get -11 for y. If we do, great, then that's our answer. If not, then we have to try something else. So doing this, I get -11 is equal to 4 plus 9, but that's equal to 13. That is not a solution. So this equation here, it generated this answer, but not this one. So this is not our answer. So now we move on to the next one. So I'll plug in the same thing, -2 for x, and see if we get 1 for y. So I'll do this in a different color. Let's do that one in red. So if I plug that in, I get -2 for x, minus 22. And let's see if we get 1 for y. And if I subtract this, I'm going to get -24, which is obviously not the case. So now let's move on to letter C. So this time I'm going to start off with the same one again. Plug in -2 for x, see if we get 1 for y. So I'm plugging in the 1 here for y, the -2 for x, and we get, and obviously this is not correct either. So our answer must be D, but let's just plug in a couple of them just to make sure. So I'm going to plug in a -2 for x, and then a 1 for y, this time on that one. So this is for answer letter D. So I'm going to get 1 is equal to -4 times -2 minus 7. And now we get 8 minus 7 is 1. So it works for the first one. Let's just try at least one more answer. So I'm going to try this one now. Plugging in 1 for x and -11 for y. Right, so I plugged in my x and my y. See if this actually works out. And we see, yes, it does work out. We get something that's true. And you can even check the last one, but I'll tell you right now, if you plug it in, you will get something that works for that one also. So our answer in this case is D.